Signing out, ES News, Ande Emilio, NY.
How important for you is it to beat the man who beat the man? You know, I'm talking about Tyson Fury.
No, it's not important at all. Like, if Fury was still on his game, I'd say yeah, but I don't.
I mean, he recently called out Wilder on Twitter.
This is what I'm saying. Like, what you got to remember is that winning is important. But Fury won. Fury beat the man. But what's he doing now? It's not good. You have to know your plan for when you get in this position. Winning is fine, but it's the responsibility of being a champion what's important. So it would be important to beat the man. You beat the man, but it's irrelevant because I realise that he has no substance right now. You have to use your position wisely, and that's why he's still got the interest because of how he's manipulated his position and used it wisely. So Fury would be a good competition and a good fight for me, but right now it's not relevant.
Do you think he'll fight again?
How are you handling all that stuff, all the talk about unification and being the future of boxing and all this stuff?
We're here now. I think it's just going to come with the territory, providing I keep on winning. If I'm getting banged out in my next 5 fights, we don't hear this talk anymore. So I think providing I'm winning, this is what we'll continue to hear. Boxing is all based on winners. Boxing is based on winning. There's none of this, oh, he lost 3 fights, let's build him, but no, it's based on winning. Talk about Vegas. If I'm not winning, the next man comes up and takes that position.
Right, let's go. Go, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can we get a promo? You say
it's a good hype for sure. It's a good hype for sure. But if you're just talking boxing, I'm gonna put my money on Money May. It's a safe bet. Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks.
Fighters, especially champions, they don't like to look towards their next fight.
Yeah.
But after this, will you be willing to unify with all the other champions in the division?
100%. 100%. Yeah.
AJ, with the age gap, how much of a fan were you of Vladimir Klitschko?
Yeah, man. Like people, you know what I used to say is that, like, used to be like, oh, he's boring. Oh, I said, well, but why don't all these fighters beat him then? Do you know, like when they used to say, oh, he's not doing this thing, and I said, well, if you've got an opportunity to fight a man, beat the man, and you make it entertaining. So I just thought that whatever he was doing in the ring was effective, and I looked at it. I went to the camp, I looked at it again, and I didn't think he'll be here now, but he is, and we're fighting.
Was there any fight of his that stood out that made you a fan when you were younger?
Made me a fan when I was younger.
Or were you ever rooting against him in a fight?
No. Just the whole package. It's not one defining fight. I just think that longevity, as you said, it's like I just looked at how he was effective because everyone will complain that he's boring, but I just didn't understand how come none of the exciting guys could beat him. So I just would, rather than just being like, oh, he's a knockout artist, I'll just watch him. Just study him more so than be a fan of him.
Anthony, from the point that you say you were just proud to call yourself a boxer, did you think you'd be at where you are today in boxing?
No. But don't stop, man. Don't stop. Nah. Yeah, like it's good, it's fun, it's nice, you know, we're traveling and my cousins and my family enjoy it as well, but it don't stop here. I think like you got guys like Mayweather and the greats that come before that really like set the bar high. So even though we do this, I'm gonna have to do this for many a years. So it's great, but I'm not like overexcited because I know I'm gonna have to be on this journey for a long time.
AJ, what was the turning point for you? When did you realize that you were on that path?
A few times, but I remember 2011 when like I got kicked off the amateur squad because I was getting into all sorts of shit, and I sat down with my boys and I said, you know what? I said, I had a dream that like there's a big light and it was like fog, and I couldn't navigate to that light. And I said to my boys, I said, you know what? I said, I think I'm gonna do this boxing thing. You know? I said, I think I can make it in this boxing thing. They said, shut up, man. But like, what are you boxing for? I said, nah, I think I can do it, and I just kind of stuck with my guns, and that's what I said. I was true to myself. I said, you know what? I think I can make something out of this boxing. You know, I'm doing all right. And I was like, yeah, it's good, but back then boxing wasn't popping. I was like, why do you want to be a boxer for? But it was just like the boys in the gym would all link up, go out after. You know, the amateur stuff. We were just having fun. So I just enjoyed it, but I actually like fighting and traveling. So I said I want to make it in this boxing, and I thought that's the time when it changed for me.
Speaking of enjoying,
you've sparred with him in the past.
Yeah.
What do you take out of those sessions that can help you in this fight?
I don't want to say too loud.
But obviously, it was you took something out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You spoke about enjoying hanging with the crew. What does Anthony Joshua enjoy outside of boxing?
Man, many. I like motorbikes. Do you know what it is? Is we have fun. Like me and you were to roll out, we would just catch jokes. You said it's like that energy. I'm just around good people. Not because of boxing. I'm just around good people. So that's what I enjoy is living. Look at life. Just live life, innit? That's the main thing.
AJ, you've been used to fighting in front of 18,000 or so at the O2, great crowds.
Yeah.
Now you're fighting in a proper football stadium.
Yeah.
90,000.
Yeah.
When you step into the tunnel before the fight starts, you're gonna hear that crowd roar.
It's gonna be different.
Are you able to separate your emotion from what you got to do physically in your ring, or do you integrate the two together? How does that work?
You have to integrate the two. I'll use too much energy trying to, you know what I mean? Just natural, just let it all just flow, whatever, no problem. I gotta get to that ring, and that's all that matters.
You're going to see a sea of people in that football stadium. It's going to be nothing like you've ever seen before. Your heart may start racing, and you're in the ring with one of the greatest heavyweights of all time.
So, if I ain't doing it, someone else will be, and you'll be asking them the same question. So I'm just gonna do it the way I do it. That's all. And then it could be me, it could be you on this side, and I'll be asking you that question. You'll just say, I got to do it the best way possible. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So no problem. And I know this is going to happen, so when it happens, I'm not going to be like, shit, I didn't prepare. We're talking about it 3 months before, so I mentally know that this is what's going to happen. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Subconsciously, you think, all right, cool, I've already planned for this. It's no problem.
To your credit, even at your young age, you're able to fight in front of the 18,000 at the O2. Remain very cool in the ring, so you're able to translate over that over.
Once that first round goes, you loosen up. You know what I mean?
Maybe even the walking music, right?
That'll get the crowd crazy.
Yeah. What are you going to pick out?
Huh?
You know what you're going to pick out yet for that fight?
I don't know. Maybe a performer, Tupac, I don't know.
Have you had any relationship with your countryman Lennox Lewis at all?
Yeah, when I was going to turn pro, I went to Montego Bay to try and get some advice. And early on when I wanted to turn pro, I just sat down with him and picked his brain about the pros and the decisions and what he wants to do in boxing and stuff. So yeah, I had some good talks with Lennox for sure.
How much do you think his age and experience is going to help or hurt him in the later rounds?
Boxing's a young man's sport, man. Boxing's a young man's sport, but experience definitely helps. But on the other hand of things, it's a young man's sport.
Do you think he's going to rely more on experience in the later rounds than he can with his conditioning?
I couldn't tell you. But I would. If that was me I'll say, all right, cool. This kid, I know how to defend the jab, I know how to block the hook, I know how to defend the hook, I know how to roll. So I'm going to do all of that. Bang. Do all of that. You know, when you're young, you're feisty. So as an experienced man, you say, all right, boom, 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 boom. And just learn how to deal with all that pressure in the ring. So if I was him, I'd be like, cool, I'm going to just deal with anything he throws at me.
What were you focused on leading up to the fight, training-wise?
Simple living. Like, I haven't moved out of where I live. You know, when I first started boxing, so I need
Still
to
live at home?
Yeah. So I need to cut out like a lot of distraction. I've got a big family, so just say, look, this is chill time now, and then. And I think more running. I need to up my road work. I still do road work, but I want to add like 15 minutes on.
Stamina wise.
Yeah, build up them legs. You gone? Yeah. God bless.
Showtime getting the broadcast?
Nah. Don't worry about that.
I
can put you in touch with him.
No, I will. I'm going to see him again.
Imagine he turned up at your offices.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll see you soon.
Do you know if this is going to be a Showtime broadcast?
Huh?
Do you know if this is going to be a Showtime broadcast in the States?
We've been working together. Last 2 fights. Who would you prefer?
I mean, we've already been on Showtime a couple times. Vlad's like a big HBO guy, but they've kind of done Vlad dirty in the past too. HBO has, they took Vlad off after, they said he was boring and stuff. So maybe a long time ago, but
but that will always go in it. Yeah. So I don't mind. I'm not bad.
Anthony, he said that he thinks the fight being in London puts pressure on you that he doesn't have to deal with because you're the hometown fighter. Most of the people there are there to see you. What is your perspective on that?
Yeah, man. Pressure busts pipes or makes diamonds. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. 90,000 in Great Britain. Let's roll.
Which Vlad are you expecting? The one that, you know, kind of leans on you, or are you expecting him? You know, I know his brother wanted. Are you expecting that one?
Yeah, like that, like out and like being at a range, not as easy to hit as my last opponents.
Okay.
So as I said, like the power is great. We were talking about power earlier, but it's about that now. It's being smart.
His brother was critical of him in the last fight with Fury, saying that he wasn't aggressive enough and that he knows Vladimir could be better. You know, throw more punches, be more aggressive. Are you expecting him to maybe come out like that because of the last fight?
Smart, I think. You know, let's say like when I fought Dylan, I was just vexed. I thought I could do much better. So I'm not saying Charles Martin was anything like anyone, but I said I'm gonna show this guy. He didn't touch me, so I'm gonna show that he can't touch me. So when you have a bad performance, sometimes you want to get it right. So as I said, I'm happy because I think it will be the best Klitschko due to what he went through in his last fight against Fury. I think I'll face a good Klitschko.
Is he the most muscle-bound, equally?
Why do they call me a bodybuilder and not him?
as big as I think, I mean, just with my heavyweight history, this has to be pound for pound the heaviest fight, muscle-wise and height-wise, there's ever been in the ring. You know, I mean, having an opponent like that in front of you, is it a little bit intimidating at all to see somebody like that has the same build as you?
He only has 2 arms that he can use, and as I said, it's defending, isn't it? Like,
how do you think that fight might end up? You two hit very hard and you beat people up. You think it might end in a knockout?
Somebody's gonna get knocked out. I think so.
Anthony, how important was it?
Is it surreal? I mean, do you still get surreal?
I think it's different. I like speaking to you guys because you guys seem passionate about boxing. It's not just like
the Mecca,
work.
man.
Yeah, you guys like boxing. You guys know your boxing, so it's different. It's cool. It's good to be.
New York City.
Yeah. I can see that.
Any aspirations of actually fighting here at Madison Square Garden? Have you thought about that?
Nah, never. You know what I mean? I was in 02 in London, just breaking down boundaries there continuously. I thought we were just going to be at 02 fight him, 02. Now we've branched out into something completely different. So now I'll start thinking about, imagine we get to MSG, imagine we go to Vegas. They're all like massive potential they're potential blocks that I could achieve, but before this fight it was just 02. Defend the title, 02. Now we're in a different era, I think. From where I was in 2016 to 2017, as I said, it's just different. I've got to open my mind again a bit.
How do you mentioned about possible distractions with your family and your friends. How do you block that out? How do you block that out and focus on the task at hand?
It's just on the weekends. I go away for the week. When I come home, you know, it's them things where I'm on the motorway and I could be making plans. Like I'm gonna do this. He told me it's called FOMO, fear of missing out. This FOMO, fear of missing out. And as I said, from a kid I was active. I just like being active. So I just go chill, Netflix, food, you know, sauna and steam. And just make life simple. These 3 months got me simple.
Anthony, how important was it for you to get the drug testing for this fight? You know, because I know you've talked about it.
I'm on whereabouts, where like they know where I sleep every night and where I am every day. So I wish that both of us were on it. But we have drug testing for 8 weeks. I'm on it. For the last year, they've known where I am every day, so they can randomly turn up. But not everyone's on that system. It's called Adam's Whereabouts, which I'm on. But we've got drug testing. Listen, if I beat someone that's on dope, I'm better than expected. If he's not, it's like the drug testers will do that job.
Was that possible for UK anti-doping to do him too, or no?
The anti-doping thing. Can the UK do Vladimir as well?
No, I think we're on bottom.
But is it possible to do the other guy if he lives in another country or something, or no?
So that I'm on UK.
Right, no, I understand, but I'm just saying, so UK won't do a guy unless he lives in it, like when DeGale fought in Florida.
British fighters, and they also test people when they're in the UK competing.
Oh,
but it's random. It's not like a set. It's like USADA. You know, like I don't know how it works over here or any other jurisdiction. Yeah, so, but UK test all British fighters who are licensed.
But if you're a British fighter and you train like in, just say the United States, they can come.
We had talked earlier.
Anti-doping
But it's the same wherever.
Yeah. My question is, if you have a 12-year-old kid watching, what do you say to a kid like that coming in? What is important for him to look at?
Boxing.
Well,
with boxing, It's hard because I get this question, so I'm like, it's hard. No one can tell me nothing at all. Do you know what I mean? But if I was to read, education is free nowadays, so you have to read, man. You have to read, and I think as well, like your environment. Your net worth is your network. You are your environment. It's just what. First, I ask the kid, "What do you want to be?" And then I can go after that because I could tell him 1,000,001 things, but if it doesn't sit with who he wants to be and who it's in his DNA, then it's not going to sit with him. So first, I say, "What do you want to be?" But I just advise him.
2 minutes.
Your network is who you'll end up being. If you put a sheep with lions, the sheep will soon become a lion. Do you know what I mean? So be careful who you associate with.